moving him off his spot in the run game. And then, in the passing, I think they did an unbelievable job. He's a great player. And I think our O-line, they stepped up. They were the reason why we won the game.
He should have got his money. He proved today that I think he's the only first rookie quarterback to have 300-plus passing yards in the.
Cam Ward didn't hold back at all. He praised Shedeur Sanders with full confidence in a new interview. The interview is going viral because he kept it real from start to finish. When another good quarterback gives this much respect, Shedeur is doing something big. Shedeur showed real control against the Titans. He stood in the pocket, read the field fast, and made throws that many young quarterbacks can't make under pressure. Even when the defense tried to push him around and take away his rhythm, he stayed calm and kept the offense moving. That type of confidence doesn't come by luck. It comes from work and study. Shedeur proved once again that when the moment gets tough, he doesn't panic. He lifts the whole offense with him. What makes this even bigger is how rare it is for a rookie to play like this. Most first-year quarterbacks struggle to stay consistent, but Shedeur keeps showing he can carry a team. The numbers, the control, and the leadership all point to the fact that he plays much older than his age. When players around him are openly giving him credit, it shows the respect he is earning in that locker room. People can see he's not just making basic plays. He's making winning plays that change the game. Shedeur didn't hide, didn't hold back, and delivered in a way that should put him at the front of every rookie conversation. But the real issue right now is Kevin Stefanski. He keeps coaching like he's scared to trust the one player who is actually giving this team life. Just look at the pattern from the last few Sundays. Instead of letting Shedeur attack, he pulls the offense back, goes into a safe shell, and calls plays that make no sense for a quarterback who is clearly built to lead. You can see the difference on the field. Shedeur wants to push the ball, he wants to take control. But Stefanski keeps forcing him into a stiff, slow system that kills momentum. It feels like he's coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. And that is the worst thing you can do to a young quarterback who is playing with confidence. Stefanski has a habit of limiting his own offense, making strange decisions in key moments, and refusing to adjust even when the whole stadium can see what's actually working. Shedeur deserves a coach who believes in his talent, not one who smothers it with fear and stubborn play calling. If Stefanski doesn't open his eyes soon, he risks wasting one of the most promising rookie seasons the Browns have seen in years. And that will fall fully on him.
So it looked like Cam Ward is responding to Shedeur Sanders. Now, Shedeur threw for over 300 yards, man. Cam put on the show too, but fortunately, Shedeur won up them, man. It is what it is. Me personally, I feel like we all knew that Shedeur has been better than Cam. If you know, you know, in a sense. No disrespect to Cam. He's a phenomenal ball player. Do I believe he should have been the number one pick overall? No. He definitely shouldn't have been the number one pick. That privilege should have went to Shedeur. To me, man, they fucked Shedeur out of $53 million. It is what it is. He should have got his money. He proved today that I think he's the only first rookie quarterback to have 300-plus passing yards in the
Shedeur's performance against the Browns didn't just happen out of nowhere. It was a clear statement to everyone who doubted him, especially the teams that passed on him. He came in as a rookie, played with confidence, and threw like someone who has been in the league for years. While some people still compare him to Cam Ward, the truth is simple. Shedeur has a different level of control and poise. You can see it in the way he reads defenses, the way he moves in the pocket, and the way he delivers under pressure. He doesn't look confused, he doesn't look shaky, and he doesn't look like a young quarterback trying to figure things out. He looks ready, he looks sharp, and he looks like the kind of player you build a franchise around. That's why so many people are now saying what they always felt: Shedeur was ahead of the pack. What makes all of this even more powerful is everything Shedeur has had to fight through to get here. He came into the draft with people doubting his schedule, doubting his level of competition, doubting his style, and doubting whether he could take NFL pressure. Then he dealt with non-stop criticism, unfair narratives, media noise, and comparisons that never made sense. Even during the process, he watched other quarterbacks get pushed ahead of him for reasons that had nothing to do with actual skill. He didn't complain, he didn't fold. He stayed locked in, kept training, kept studying, and kept proving people wrong every time he touched the field. This game, with over 300 yards as a rookie, is another chapter in his story, a story of staying focused when everyone tries to put limits on him. Shedeur's rise is not luck. It's the result of discipline, patience, and pure talent that people refused to see until he forced them. And that brings us to the Titans, the team that had a clear chance to take Shedeur and still decided to pass. They needed a real leader. They needed a real quarterback. They needed someone who could grow the franchise, and Shedeur was right there in front of them. But they ignored him, went in another direction, and now they are watching him break records somewhere else. That's on them. They chose the safe option, the familiar option, the no-risk path, instead of trusting the player who actually had the good stats. The Titans didn't just miss a good player. They missed the chance to change their future. They didn't only pass on Shedeur. They passed on stability, growth, and a real shot at building something special. Every time Shedeur lights it up, it becomes more obvious. Tennessee and other franchises who
behind the sticks. Real good. See him catch up with him. Just let him know, I'm here. I'm excited to, see him keep going, and he's going to continue to, make plays with Cleveland. He's a good quarterback.
Cam's comments about Shedeur show something very clear. Real players, the ones who actually live the grind, can see Shedeur's talent without hesitation. Cam didn't speak with jealousy or ego, he spoke with respect. He sees Shedeur rising fast, making big plays, and carrying himself like a true leader. When a fellow quarterback openly says he's excited to watch Shedeur grow, that means Shedeur is already earning respect inside the league. It also shows that Shedeur's impact is bigger than stats. Players feel his confidence, they see his preparation, they know he's built for this. And when someone like Cam calls him a good quarterback and a real friend, it tells you everything about Shedeur's character and work ethic. This type of praise also reflects how far Shedeur has come. He's not just throwing footballs. He's earning real relationships, real trust, and real recognition. A rookie usually has to fight for attention, but Shedeur is getting it naturally because his game speaks louder than any highlight clip. He keeps his head down, stays focused, and lets his play do the talking. Despite all the noise around him, the pressure, the critics, and the crazy expectations, Shedeur pushes forward like someone who wants to dominate, not just survive. And the best part is that his growth is obvious to everyone watching. His calm, his poise, and his leadership make him look like he's been in the league for years. That's why players respect him, not because of hype, but because of how he carries himself and how he performs when it matters. But Stefanski is the one person who still doesn't seem to understand what he has in Shedeur. While Cam and other players give him genuine praise, Stefanski keeps calling plays like he's afraid to trust his own quarterback. He deliberately slows the offense down and acts like he's coaching a backup instead of a rising star. It's embarrassing. How is it that players around the league can see Shedeur's talent, but his own head coach can't? Stefanski's conservative, predictable, scared play calling is holding the team back, and everyone knows it. Shedeur deserves a coach who believes in him, not someone who treats him like a risk. If Stefanski doesn't wake up soon, he's going to be remembered as the coach who wasted a generational talent because he refused to step aside.
You said in regards to winning the game? Just us, playing good enough football for 3 quarters. We didn't play our best ball in the 4th quarter, and that's just something that as players we got to hold ourselves to that standard. We got to, not have a play off here and there. We got to, continue to communicate at a high level on all 3 phases. I think special teams did real good today. They helped us, win this game in a major way, and just continue to, just have efficient plays, not getting in and get back on track situation, not playing.
And Cam's words show a team that actually has structure, discipline, and real coaching behind it. He talks about playing clean football for most of the game, fixing mistakes, communicating in all 3 phases, and having special teams that help secure wins. That's the sound of a quarterback who has support. That's the sound of a player who knows his staff will adjust, guide, and sharpen the game plan when things slip. Cam can talk about getting back on track because his team has systems that keep them on track. Meanwhile, Shedeur has been thrown into a situation where he has to figure everything out on his own. He doesn't get the benefit of flexible play calling, smart time management, or a coach who actually puts him in the best position to win. He's doing the job of 2 people, quarterback and crisis manager, because the structure that should lift him simply isn't there. Stefanski is the problem, and it's painfully obvious. While other quarterbacks talk about unity, communication, and efficient coaching, Shedeur has to survive a playbook that looks like it was made to limit him, not empower him. Stefanski refuses to adjust, refuses to trust his quarterback, and refuses to stop calling scared, tight, predictable plays that choke the offense. It's embarrassing when a rookie quarterback shows more awareness, leadership, and instinct than the man paid to run the team. Why does it feel like Shedeur has to fight his own coach every week? Why does Cleveland look unprepared while other teams look sharp and organized? Shedeur deserves the same structure Cam benefits from, but instead, he's stuck with a coach who looks lost, tight, and afraid of letting his quarterback shine. Stefanski isn't helping Shedeur grow, he's holding him back, and everyone can see it except the man in the headset. Anyways, Shedeur once again proved he can rise above coaching issues and still outplay expectations, showing the talent and mindset of a true franchise quarterback. His performance makes it clearer than ever why he deserved far more respect from the start. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and like the video to stay updated.